In the past, when you talk of diseases that are relating to Africa, you have malaria, which is really under control, yellow fever, which has been eradicated, you have tuberculosis, which is really under control, you have polio, which has been eradicated, you have measles, and you have measles, which is no longer the issue of the world. But today, cancer has taken deep into Africa with a lot of organ failures coming to Africa. And we keep wondering why. We have chemotherapy in hospitals now, which previously was not an African thing. We have multiple organs failure like the liver, and a lot of people resorting to dialysis in order to keep themselves going. We have lungs issues. We have multiple lungs failures, and there is really no solutions for lungs failure but transplant or supportive devices. People's intestines are failing on a daily basis in Africa, and we keep wondering what the issue is because it also affects the brain. There are a lot of brain damage going on in Africa now, coupled with a lot of untrained personnel, poor medical facilities, and long-time screening. The end result is death. As Africans, we are more concerned because this is affecting our population. We came to realize there are a lot of fake medications that are roaming the street of Africa. This has been produced locally and internationally as well and shipped to Africa. Most of the masses, because of poverty, has resulted to using this medication, and as a result, it is rather killing them rather than treating them. We advise that most of the Africans should resort to buying their medications in pharmacies rather than the roadside, which is very, very harmful to their health. The cosmeceutical world too in Africa is not left out. There are a mass importation of fake cosmetics that are roaming the street of Africa. Africans themselves have resorted to producing most of these cosmetics locally. The producers themselves are not knowledgeable about the usage, about the ingredients that are used in the productions of these products that are sold on the streets of Africa. They have no knowledge about the ingredients, the quality, the quantity that they are going to use, and how they are going to manage themselves during their productions, hence risking themselves as well as the users. In recent years, there has been a mass increase of fake production of food, and the targeted market is known to be Africa. A lot of these products are shipped to Africa and is very disastrous to the African themselves who want to increase or raise their standard of living. They have fallen on these imported products, hoping they are going to get the best out of it for their nutritional values, but the worst is becoming worse since most of these products that are being imported from other countries are the ones killing Africa. Previously, with the low importations of such products from the Western world, Africa was safe, but with the mass influx of these importations, there has been a greater increase in organ failures in Africa in recent times. Some 2 decades back, such products were never seen in supermarkets in Africa. They were never seen in stores, and Africans were not exposed to such products. Hence, their health were intact. But now, in recent times, the government itself, their hands are tied. They can't really do much census on such things, and then Africa is the target market for such. Africa, like I previously said, was known for malaria, not cancer or organ failure. Africans has resorted to drinking as a means of alienating from socioeconomic pressure, societal challenges, and poverty. As a result, the masses themselves has resorted to illegal production of alcoholic drinks themselves. They use substandard ingredients which comprise of acid in order to make it look like the original, and this is really damaging the kidney of most Africans. Hence, there is a massive rise in organ failure. Cigarette smoking is also one of the major reasons why there is a lot of organ failure in Africa, especially lungs, bladder infection, oral cancer, and heart diseases. Ironically, some people say that they don't smoke cigarette, but yet they take shisha. The shisha, or otherwise known as hookah, Smoking, a very high level of harmful chemicals that are very, very disastrous for your kidney. These include tar, carbon monoxide, heavy metals, and cancer-causing chemicals. So it should be avoided at all its costs. And the worst is, it is being consumed directly, more heavier, and on a consistent basis more than a cigarette itself. Life is very beautiful. And in order for you to avoid being sang peace, perfect peace, the following should be taken into consideration among many others to avoid organ failure. Avoid self-medication. Do not take any medication without proper diagnosis to ascertain what is happening. And once you have been diagnosed, it's best to get your medication from the pharmacy. Also try to check if the pharmacy is legal, if it is registered, and if it is recognized, not roadside pharmacies. Nextly, avoid processed food with everything that you hold decent, because there is a mass influx of processed food in Africa which have been made with substandard ingredients. Since you don't even know which of the drinks are fake and which are not, the best thing is to avoid it. Avoid it, drink a lot of water, and stay safe. In order to keep your lungs intact, avoid smoking. Hookah or shisha is tobacco. It is a cigarette, and it causes more harm on your system than cigarette itself. Both are not good. That is why on every cigarette package, it is written how dangerous tobacco is for your lungs. Please stay safe.